Yes, you read it right. We were robbed. So 33 years ago, it was 1992, my husband and I were on a business trip of his company's. I had gone along just to have a couple of days off. It was in Nashville, Tennessee. And we actually had, while we were staying there, a very weird, strange, and yes, frightful experience. I hope I can explain the emotions that I felt at the time. So here's the story. Bear in mind that back in 1992, the world was a really different place. You know, it was, there was no internet, no cell phones, not even debit cards. We operated with checks, credit cards somewhat, but mostly we operated with cash. It was just what everybody did. You didn't go on a trip without cash. My mother wouldn't let me out of the house when I started driving if I didn't have cash. You got cash? Linda, you got $5? That's just the way we lived. So we got ready to go on this trip and we loaded up. We were packing up. My husband went and got cash out the bank and put it in this little money zipper bag thing that we had, and off we went. We went to a very nice hotel that the company had provided. I'm not going to mention which one, but it was very nice. And we checked in. My husband did just a kind of offhand thing he'd never, ever done before. See, now here's the thing. When you go through something and you look back after it's over with, you looking back in hindsight, you remember little things. Sometimes they're red flags, sometimes they're, well, that was odd. And this was well, that was odd. He went, and when he was unpacking, he decided, he said, you know what, I think I'm gonna take this money bag and I'm gonna put it underneath the mattress in an obscure part of the mattress. So that's what he did. Put it right in. I thought, well, okay, whatever you feel like you need to do. We had never done that before. Red flag number one that I looked back upon and didn't notice at the time, I just thought it was, even at the time, kind of odd that housekeeping in that hotel was just driving me nuts. Like 3 or 4 times a day, housekeeping, and I'd holler, no, I don't need anything, I'm leaving in a little bit. And they just kept doing that. Being honest, on the 4th day, all the time, and I finally even called up the desk and I said, please, somebody tell these housekeeping people to leave me be. The company had given everybody tickets to the Grand Ole Opry for that evening. So we went, we came back. We were really tired because it was a late night, fell in the bed, and we slept a little bit later than usual the next morning for us. There's the red flag right there, because when I woke up and saw what time it was, I don't know if I've ever before or since slept till 10 o'clock. We don't do that. And my husband for sure doesn't do that, and he was still asleep. Well, I got up, I said, you know what, I think I'm gonna go on down and get some coffee. So I threw some clothes on and went to the door. Red flag number 3. And I noticed the door wasn't shut. It was ajar about this much. And I thought, well, that's odd. We must have really been tired. So I get the key to the room, which by the way was a real live key, and went on out, locked the door, and went on down to the lobby and got our coffee and came back. Opened the door, and at that moment, I saw the closet. You know how they have it right there where you put your clothes? I saw the closet, and all of my husband's clothes were gone. Suits he had brought for this conference, slacks, anything that he had hung up was gone. And I just stood there and hello, I wouldn't call this a red flag. I'd call like a light bulb. Finally, it dawns on me, something is awry. So I run in and I wake him up. Something's wrong. And about this time I hear other people in the hall coming out. And turns out, a lot of people in that hotel this happened to, which is while it was gone, all money he had in his pockets and everything. I guess they assumed the thieves, which I thought was an interesting twist even back then, but none of my things were missing. I mean, y'all, my purse was still sitting there. So apparently in 1992, a thief didn't think women, bothered to carry any important stuff. So now that's going to be a video for another whole day. But moving on, the end of the story is this. Apparently, according to the hotel, that some people that were connected with housekeeping and all that, that had master keys and all that, came around in the night. They think they came in and sprayed something in the room to help us make us sleep longer. I never got any confirmation on that. I don't know if that ever was true or not, but it didn't help how you felt, because my immediate emotion when all this happened was, ugh, ick, creepy. Somebody was in our room and was handling and touching our things and coming close enough to us to spray something. It was just a very violated feeling. And then my next emotion was embarrassment. Now that I still don't know why. It just was embarrassing the way the whole thing went. Nobody shoved a gun in our face or anything, but we just felt stupid. It helped a little that other people had it happen to them. But anyway, they went in the rooms and they just grabbed everything they could quickly that they assumed would be some money for them, and then left the doors open and left. Well, we were one of the only people in the whole place that that had our money bag. Now, why Butch decided to do that, we throw that up to, that's gotta be God. We'd never done it before, and we still had all our cash. Butch had some sweats he found that we could get home in, because we were leaving that day anyway. A lot of the people were panicking. Even though some of them maybe had checks, it was just a strange thing. Here's the way we've changed things since. Number 1, keep all your valuables, money, cash, jewels, whatever, on your person or hidden in an obscure place in a hotel room. Number 2, block the door. Put something in front of the door. Butch always does. He'll drag a dresser over there, but put something that makes noise. Doesn't have to be heavy. Even a suitcase that'll fall over will make noise and possibly wake you up. And number 3, always keep a spare pair of pants for your husband in your car. Just kidding. That's what we got out of it. Listen, y'all, thanks so much for joining me. Would you please drop some comments? Put some things in there that may have happened to you similar, maybe a scam or a robbery or something like that. And we'll all just enjoy reading them and putting our notes together and everything like that. This is Live and Laugh with Linda. I'm Linda, and I love to have you on my journey. A joyful heart does good like a medicine. Proverbs 17:22. Hey, y'all find something to smile about, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.